Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Welcome to the show, as I'm going to discuss something I know nothing about, but somebody else does, which is why I'm taking this article from thecollegeinvestor.com, written by Allison Daniel, to give you Sorority Rush by the numbers. All right, let's take a look. This is really interesting. So, first of all, let's take a look at how much does it cost to actually rush from real Bama numbers. Again, just to preface, this is written by Allison Daniel at thecollegeinvestor.com. You can check it out for yourself. So, as someone who spent freshman year at the University of Alabama, I know firsthand how costly simply attending 2 semesters of classes can be. Add to that the experience of Greek life in your social circle isn't the only thing that suddenly expands. Sorority hashtags and content exploded on social media in August 2021 as universities eased COVID-19 restrictions and let students resume fall recruitment activities. This was especially true for the University of Alabama, often used as the benchmark for recruitment across the country due to its size and funding. Earlier this year, Max, formerly HBO Max, released a documentary detailing UA Rush through a magnifying glass. Regardless of whether you've actually seen the documentary or followed the hashtag Bama Rush trend, I'm here to shed some light on the true costs of sorority recruitment. I'm going to break down the rush process, point out the main financial factors, and weigh the pros and cons of taking on Greek life yourself. First, what's rushing? The purpose of Greek life on campus is genuine enough. These organizations form to bring like-minded people together, to explore new opportunities, to give back to their community, and, overall, to bond over shared commitments and responsibilities. The term rushing comes from the fact that sororities are literally rushing to show themselves as the best on campus, to attract the best members. Many find Greek life as a way to build identity on a large campus and, at the same time, form deeper relationships with those who are in the same walk of life. Also referred to as recruitment, rushing is the journey potential new members, or PNMs, embark on to meet and be recruited by sororities, hopefully, eventually being selected by one to join. During Rush, PNMs meet with all participating sororities on campus to essentially be interviewed for how well they fit with the organization. Recruitment occurs in the fall and spring for many universities, with Fall Rush being the biggest recruitment period each year, mainly because it's the start of the academic year. Some schools host recruitment a few weeks prior to classes starting, while others hold it shortly after classes have started. Either way, the typical rush cycle happens sometime between August and October each year. Rounds of recruitment. Let's check that out. So during Rush Week, you'll experience multiple themed rounds as you get to know each sorority and vice versa. Rounds are often shorter at the start of the week and longer near the end, and sororities narrow their lists of PNMs and invite them in for a more intimate look at their sisterhood. Likewise, the number of houses a PNM visits lessens each day as you also rank each sorority after interacting with them. Here's what your week will look like. Day 1, Convocation. PNMs meet and learn about each sorority on campus. Note that sororities vote on their top candidates at the end of each round, so each night is as important as the one prior. Day 2, Philanthropy. PNMs learn about each chapter's volunteer work and community involvement. This theme can sometimes extend from more than one night. Day 3, Sisterhood. PNMs get to know chapter members better through one-on-one conversations. These conversations are closely observed by other chapter members. Day 4, Preference Night. PNMs choose their 1 to 3 top houses to visit with. This night is often the longest and most serious round, in which members make a final assessment of your qualities, interests, and compatibility. Day 5, Bid Day. This is the final day of recruitment, the one where you find out which sorority you matched with. Now we move on to the qualities of interest during recruitment. We all know sororities are assessing you based on what you bring to each visit. But what does that actually mean? What's most important to them? So as you listen through the list, keep in mind that it's just as important that you assess how each chapter fits with your own interests. So here are a couple of questions you're going to want to be ready to answer. Where are you from? Why'd you choose this school? Why are you interested in Greek life? What's your major? What were you involved in during high school? What do you plan to get involved with on campus? What do you hope to get out of joining a sorority? When you answer these questions, think about what general qualities they express about you. Some of the top qualities sororities are interested in are your commitment to school, revealed by your grades and college entrance exam scores, commitment to your community demonstrated by past volunteer experience, the ability to lead, also exhibited by past leadership experience, positivity, evidenced by the tone of your conversation, and interest in being involved, indicated by previous extracurriculars and future plans to stay engaged on campus. The cost of rushing. If you've decided to go through recruitment, I hope you're ready to get glammed to the gods, as one sorority recruitment consultant pointed out. Sorority OOTD Outfit of the Day videos gained a lot of traction on #RushTalk during fall 2021 recruitment, highlighting the lengths some PNMs go to in order to stand out. Here's a breakdown of each area you should be ready to spend money on in your first year of sorority life. Okay, we touched on it, but clothes. Remember those rush themes we talked about? This is where they come into play because you are also expected to play the part each night. Many popular clothing brands worn by PNMs during recruitment come at a price. And trust me, you will feel pressure to be seen wearing the same brands as your peers. Favorites include Kendra Scott, Steve Madden, Lilly Pulitzer, and Altered State, where items start around $50 and can find their way into the low thousands. Keep in mind, you'll be curating an outfit for each night of recruitment, so your costs will add up quickly. Let's say this comes out to about $450 for the week, assuming you borrow some items from friends and keep new purchases on the cheaper side. Member dues. All right, while membership fees vary by the sorority you choose, of course, all members do pay dues each semester. However, the one-time addition of new member fees for things like pledging, initiation, and receiving your sorority pin increase first-year costs. Other financial requirements you should expect to pay on an annual basis include membership dues, house fees, and room and board if you choose to live in the chapter house. Average new member dues for the 2023-24 year are $4,165. Note that some chapters have scholarships or grants for members based on financial need or academic merit, though typically only for existing members. If you want a breakdown of the costs, you can see the financial budget at thecollegeinvestor.com inside this article for one of the top-rated sororities at UA. Now we touch on housing. So regardless of if you live in the chapter house, living in, or off campus, housing costs are going to add a substantial amount to your first year total. Note that living in is often far more expensive than sharing a dorm or housing with roommates elsewhere. However, living in also has the added benefits of being on or near campus, creating ample social opportunities and, perhaps most importantly, giving you nearly all-day access to freshly prepared meals, thanks to your chapter's private chef. Ooh! Still, live-in fees for the 23-24 year run about $7,355.82 each semester. The cost of living out averages right around $3,600 each term. Should you choose not to live in your first year, you're still required to pay for the chapter meal plan each term. Now some miscellaneous costs. We love miscellaneous. Don't forget that there's often a one-time non-refundable fee just to register for recruitment. At UA, that fee is $375. It covers the cost of recruitment publications, use of campus facilities, transportation around campus, and a few recruitment t-shirts. After some quick addition of the above costs, the outcome isn't pretty. All in all, you're looking at a new member cost of about $5,000 each semester. Or $10,000 a year. After your first year, the total increases if you decide to live in and decreases slightly if you choose to live out. Don't forget, this is on top of the cost to actually go to the school. Yowza. So the question, to rush or not to rush. When you picture your college experience, what do you see? Many students see themselves involved in Greek life, while others anticipate getting involved in other ways, so there's no real wrong answer here, and plenty of students gravitate toward the ample opportunities Greek life offers, but it's important to be clear on what you want out of this chapter in your life. So if your heart is set on rushing, I recommend at least creating a budget ahead of time to consciously plan your spending. After all, while this may be a good investment in yourself, there's no need to go into debt on extracurricular activities. If your sorority dues exceed the costs of you to attend school, you can't use federal or institutional financial aid to cover them. So if needed, go ahead and do some research on the scholarships available to you and/or the scholarships offered by your sorority, or just reach out to inquire about available payment plans. Also, consider other ways you may be able to save money elsewhere as a student, like by splitting the costs of streaming services, cutting your cell phone bill, and buying used instead of new. Remember that costs vary from college to college and among sorority chapters, and keep in mind that going through recruitment doesn't promise you a bid at the end. So go ahead and take some time to really think about whether you're ready to invest your money up front for a process you may end up walking away from. And, above all, make sure to set your expectations accordingly to increase your chances for success. And that is our show for today. I hope that was helpful for you if you've been kicking around the idea of joining a sorority. If you want to dive a little bit deeper, we do have costs and a little chart you can look at too right inside this article at thecollegeinvestor.com. You can also follow us all over social media. Just search for The College Investor and you'll find us. Thanks for stopping by today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.